Okay, I'm gonna just go through this video and just take in every little detail that Noahreyli does, and I'm gonna explain it. I'm like analyze it for you guys and just explain the whole thing. So before we start, I just want to talk to you guys about like the biggest misconception that the Fortnite community has. The Fortnite community thinks that Noahreyli is really good because of his mechanics. This is, in my opinion, I disagree. I think Noahreyli has world-class mechanics, and he's actually #1 in the world at his mechanics, right? He's extremely good at mechanics. However, it's not the reason that he's good. Okay, just understand that distinction, right? He's good because of what I call information processing. He is able to process information faster than anybody else and just be able to come up with the correct solution as fast as possible. So some of you guys might be like wondering, okay, what is information processing? Let's compare it to reaction speed, okay? Let me just explain what reaction speed is, and then maybe that'll help you understand what information processing is. Because reaction speed and information processing are two different things. They're two very different things. So let's say you go onto a website, and there's like a red light, green light, okay? And it starts off as a red light, and then as soon as the green light comes, you have to click. That's your reaction speed. That is not what I'm talking about, okay? So just understand that first. Information processing is simply how fast you can take the information given to you, whether it's on your screen or through audio cues, and how fast you can come up with a solution or the correct move, if you will, to what's given to you. And Noahreyli is extremely talented at doing this. I don't know why, but it's something to do with the amount of hours he's put in, the experience that he has, and just genetically, like how fast he's able to react to the information given into him, and how fast his brain can process it and just like spit out an answer. And he's able to take that answer and then execute on it, right? This is super important. So let's just go through the video and I'll explain why I think information processing is the reason he's good. Nothing crazy happens at the beginning at all. He just crosshair placing, goes for a little bit of a pre-fire. You'll notice he misses it, but the pre-fire is really nice. But then after, he's paying attention this whole time, right? He's paying attention to what this guy is doing. Right now, this guy doesn't have his gun out, right? And if this guy doesn't have his gun out and Noahreyli has his gun out, he is able to go for a free shot like this. Even if it's completely wide open, no right hand peek. He's able to go for this because this guy's late on pulling out his gun. So he's able to shoot, reset before this other enemy is able to shoot him back, right? This is super, super key. And then after, small detail. Might not be able to hear it, but the enemy actually shot. He shot into Noahreyli's wall, which he's holding, right? And that's super important because now this guy doesn't have a shotgun shot ready for the next 2 seconds. This means Noahreyli can just jump in and go for a shot. That's the #1 reason why he jumped in, but also it's just the fact that he has an insane HP advantage, right? Earlier, Noahreyli hit him for like 180 or something. He's like a really hard pump, so pretty easy to just go for this, right? Second fight, simple right hand peek, gets hit back. So it's not something you should go for a 50-50 for because Noahreyli's HP is pretty low. It's 100 HP. So he's going for something, but look how fast he reacts to this. And the reason, okay, so some of you guys might be like, okay, why is he double swinging here? Double swinging is bad, right? Quote unquote bad. Double swinging is really bad, right, guys? I never believed in this double swing idea. It's just, I always think that double swinging is okay as long as you have what's called a safety. Can you reset something to react to his editing on you, right? Can you always reset something? If the answer is yes, then you can double swing as much as you want, as long as you're behind that piece. In this case, Noahreyli has this wall that's already edited that he can react and reset, right? Look how he does this, right? And then he holds the wall, catches the enemy shot to like go for the cone. And then he does his left hand jump shot. Why does he not do a peanut butter here, guys? Because he's already on the right side of the wall. So the faster play is to go for something like a left hand while this guy's actually, you know, doesn't have a shotgun ready, and go for a jump shot instead. If you're positioned on the right side of the box, you should go for a left hand peek like this. You know, because it takes much longer for you to walk all the way to the left side and then do a normal peanut butter. Left hand peeks aren't necessarily it's not a disadvantage. It's as long as you do a jump shot in the end. There's nothing special about this fight, I think. As long as you do a jump shot on the left hand, it's not actually a bad thing. You have to execute it correctly. Really good shot. Sort of feints. He like fakes going to the right, and he notices this guy's like not looking at him at all. Yeah, the guy has 0 crosshair placement, and so Noahreyli feels really safe actually editing. Very common swing angle. This is a really nice strong swing angle that you can go for. Noahreyli's paying attention, right? He's paying attention to the shotgun. He either doesn't hear the other guy pull out his shotgun, right? He's listening intently. The other guy hasn't pulled out his shotgun, so he feels comfortable going for the super wide edit. There's not actually a proper right hand peek, right? Notice where Noahreyli's like positioned when he goes for this edit. He feels okay doing a wide edit. He's not actually fully covered, like, but he notices this because he processes the information that the enemy doesn't even have his gun out, right? He has his blueprint. So he feels safe doing this. This is how you end fights fast, right? You take the information that's given to you, process it as fast as possible, and then take advantage of that. Right here, Noahreyli notices that this guy was about to come out. To the left, goes for a piece control play, but doesn't actually get it. Right here, goes for the wall, gets the wall, doesn't actually bother editing this because he knows this guy's about to pull out to the left. So if Noahreyli can cut him off, it'll be a really nice play. Tries to go for a little left-hand peek pre-fire. Doesn't get it. Something I want you guys to notice right here is super, super important, okay? This guy just shot. The enemy just shot. Right after Noahreyli going for his, okay? The enemy just shot, and this means that Noahreyli can go for something. Because the enemy shotgun shot will not be ready for another 2 seconds, okay? Does that make sense? He just shot right there. Goes for something, super wide-headed play. Doesn't matter, right? Because the enemy shotgun is not ready. Well, the floor right here is super weak because the other guy edited it. You'll notice this. He edits it. Super weak floor. Noahreyli can take and go for a full box. Doesn't get it, but the idea to go for the full box is really nice. And then goes for a piece control play. Let's watch this whole thing back again. I want you guys to notice the shot here that he takes advantage of. Goes for a shot, blocks the enemy shot, right? And so then here he can go for something. Because the other guy's shotgun is not ready. You know, that's how pumps work. The fire rate, right? Floor is weak, go for the full box, you know. But doesn't get it. Right here, jumps in and ends the fight. He goes for this little tactic where if you look under the box, if there's an open space under the box, you can actually look where my mouse is. You guys see this? And place a cone while looking where my mouse is. And if you do that, you'll get the cone inside. Let's watch it back. You'll see what I mean.
Right now.
It's a really easy way to get some piece control. He gets the cone inside the box. Does it left hand again, because if you do a right hand peanut butter, you're completely exposing yourself. Whenever you make an edit, it's a good rule of thumb to always edit towards where the enemy's not. Does that make sense? I'm going to say it again. So every time you make an edit, a good rule of thumb is to edit towards where the enemy is not, okay? So the enemy's on the right side, edit towards the left. If the enemy's standing right here, you should edit towards the right. And so since the enemy's to the right, you should edit towards the left and do a left-hand jump shot peanut butter. If you edit to the right, the enemy can see you completely. You're not actually doing any sort of peek. Does that make sense? Imagine the peanut butter edited right here. Noahreyli is completely exposed. And you do not ever want to be exposed when you're pulling out your gun, right? Because you're having that delay when you're pulling out that gun and you're not ready to shoot. As well as the other guy might have his gun out already every time you make an edit, right? So it's really nice to make a left-hand peek here and then give yourself time to pull out your gun. And then once you have your gun out, completely, you can go for a really nice peek shot like Noahreyli has here. And game over. Okay, next fight. This is just off spawn, nothing crazy. He just gets a AR and just goes for free kills off rip. I imagine he's getting stream sniped right now, and that's why there's so many people at his POI. Something really nice to do is every time you have someone under your ramp, you should never edit while you're in the box. Ever, ever, ever. It's super, super bad. Unless you have previous information that you're like 200 HP and the other guy's like 1 HP, right? Then you would handshake a 50-50 because it's really fast to do that, and it's just really nice. Okay? So he jumps out of the box as he's editing. I just want to show you guys this again. He edits out to the side, cones the left side, right? Just so he can't get piece control. And then he has, he's holding this stair. This is only really possible to do really well if you don't have edit on release on. That's another topic. But he edits this stair and then jumps out as he's, you know, peeking him. It's a really nice tactic to do.
He's white.
You never want to be in the box when you're editing your stair when the enemy's underneath. It causes unnecessary 50-50s and really spastic movements from the enemy that can put you in a bad spot. He realizes there's a second guy that enters the fight, right? He comes in through this doorway right here. And Noahreyli just quickly goes for another peek shot. Notice how he quickly edits and doesn't give the chance to, for the enemy to stare him off. He edits and then cones himself really quickly, pulls out his gun, and gets a free shot. And really nice peek here as well. Notice information processing right here, right? The other guy's coming in through this wall. He's managing 2 people at the same time. So because the other guy's coming in through that other wall on the right, Noahreyli notices that he needs to get out of here. He needs to just jump out. He also finds this really nice edit pattern that is super unexpected. It's not a common edit pattern. So this guy will never ever expect this. Looks up, shoots him, gets a little right-hand peek chip shot on this guy. Another guy comes into the fight, right? This is the third guy now. So he places this wall. This is going so fast. It's I actually need to slow this down, right? I should be doing this. So let's slow this down. Right hand chip shot on this guy. Doesn't hit him that hard, right? 20 white. Places this wall so he can take this 1v1 naturally and doesn't get 2v1. Tries to go for a shot and jumps back in behind this line so he can get a wall to reset. So he can put a piece or a build in between him and this guy so he can reset the fight. Right? This guy, he notices. Noahreyli, this is a half speed, by the way. Half speed. I can't even keep up at half speed. This is crazy to me. He notices that this guy's looking to the right. Right? And so this is a very easy wide edit shot to go for. You don't need to make a peek here. And he tries to reset. This doesn't work. But he notices this guy pulling out his shotgun and looking back at him. And he tries to... This is kind of a greedy shot to go for. But he tries to reset his wall in synchronization with when this guy is about to go for a shot. He still gets hit, but it's still a really nice shot to go for. At this point, Noahreyli has hit this guy for 93 white, I believe. And so this guy is 7 HP, you know? So, like, he can just go for another shot, and he should just win this, get siphoned. And now he notices this guy pickaxing, half speed, by the way. This guy's pickaxing and goes for pre-fire shot somehow. Like, oh, I just want to show you guys this section back at full speed. Because it's just so mind-blowing. I just don't understand. You can actually hear this guy's on the right. Notice the enemy on the right. You can hear him pickaxing. And so Noahreyli knows he needs to get out of the box, but at the same time get a really nice peek shot on this other guy. It's honestly mind-blowing. This guy's looking away. Look how fast he does that, man. Like, what? As soon as the other guy looks away, he notices it so fast while mechanically keeping up. Free fire. Still has the mentality somehow, after all this chaos, to do a right-hand peek. And so this is where his fundamentals are really good. Because usually after this level of like chaos, people tend to panic and resort to their like automatic behaviors. And what I mean by that is their like habits. And so Noahreyli has really good edit habits. So after all of this chaos, he still has the stamina, if you will, to like go for a right hand peek. Mental stamina. He's super like automated on that, right? Because usually what happens is like if chaos happens, you tend to resort to like your habits because you don't have the brain power at that point to process like, hey, I need to do this thing. Like so much has happened, right? You're thinking about so many different things, so you tend to resort to your habits. And this is just proof that Noahreyli is really good. He goes for a shot because he notices this guy's not looking at him, so it's whatever. He doesn't need to like do a peek shot because this guy's crosshair is literally all the way to the left over here. As he's holding that stair, he moves to the left. Look at how his positioning is on the doorway. He gets a really nice right hand peek. His only thing that's exposed is his like right leg, right arm, right? So if this guy is looking at him, he's not that scared. I guess he processed the fact that this guy's still like not looking at him, so he doesn't really care about the peek anymore. The next guy, he does care about the peek. He uses the door as a right hand peek, has really nice aim, and just cleans that up. Really, really good.
She must be from Dirty Dogs.
Yeah. He loses height here, tries to go for immediate full box to end the fight. He always goes for that piece control, okay? He always goes for piece control right away, as fast as possible. That sounds like really simple, but I think like it's super important to end fights quickly and prevent fights from turning into a build fight. Really nice floor placement to avoid the guy falling into his box and causing a 50-50. Shoot floor. He notices the guy is like ready to jump in, and then goes for a really nice peek shot at the end. He hugs the wall to the front of him. This peek shot is really nice if you hug the very front, because your gun's gonna be ready by the time you get to the apex of your jump, right? Gets into another fight, build fight, gets that cone or a ramp above him. So now he knows he's above that guy. Super important detail. Again, remember how I said before? You always want to edit where the enemy is not, okay? So where's the enemy? While going for this wall, it's so hard to see through this, by the way. I have no clue how he's processing this. But he understands the enemy's on the left side, right? Where my mouse is where the enemy is. So he should just do a peanut butter. That seems obvious, right? Like, okay, peanut butter. A lot of people would still do the peanut butter if the enemy's right here, though. And the difference is, Noahreyli would not. Noahreyli would make a different edit if the enemy's up here. And that's the point, is like... It's like, okay, there's one thing to know what edit to make, but like how fast he like processes the information that he has. Okay, this is a crazy sequence. How fast he processes the information is really nice. Let's watch the sequence again. Okay, so this is probably the craziest thing in this video, I think. So first thing, going for a pickaxe play on the roof, something common that most people will go for. One thing, blocks out the side, so any third parties looking at him from this direction will not be able to shoot him. That's really nice. So he's multitasking. Edits the roof and immediately looks straight down to get this wall in front of him, right? And then turns that into a right hand peek. So now he controls two pieces. Now he just has that third piece that he needs to get to full piece control the other guy, okay? So he just needs to get that floor. But imagine while doing all of this that you have that level of information processing that you just immediately understand, hey, the enemy has edited on me while I'm doing all of this. He edited on me. So what does this mean? After he resets, his floor is super weak. Because every time you edit and reset a floor in Fortnite, your HP of that build will go down by half, approximately. So since he edited and resetted the enemy, this floor is now super weak and is now in range of a single shotgun shot to get replaced, right? And so that's exactly what Noahreyli does. But then he understands, right? He has the patience and understands, hey, I'm not ready to go for a shot right now because I just made an edit. I have to pull out my gun. I'm not in a position to go for a trade. This guy's also looking at me, so I need to duck behind cover and just chill right now. I'd be extremely patient. I will only peek after my shotgun is fully ready. And that's exactly what he does, right? Watch that again. Watch it one more time. Goes for all of that super fast. That's full speed, by the way. And then at this point, he has a 100 damage advantage. He's full HP still. He should totally get in and end the fight. And he tries to do this little phase exploit where you time getting in at the exact same time. Didn't work out. And it's difficult to see here, but he tries to go for this wall, right? So as he's breaking into this one pickaxeable wall, because, you know, the other guy edited and resetted it, right? So this is another example of information processing. He sees 42 on that HP. He knows it's one pickaxe. And so he tries to pickaxe through and capture the wall on the next box. He doesn't get it, but it was very, very close. If he gets that, the fight's over. Tries to pre-fire, places the ramp as the other guy edits, and just goes for this nice sequence. The sequence is actually not what's impressive, right? It's everything else. This little sequence is what most casual Fortnite players would catch and be like, hey, this is why Noahreyli is really good. But like, it's not. It's all this, right? It's all of this. This section is why he's insane. But like, this sequence, it's nice, it's fancy, it's mechanical. But like, there's another way to do this simpler, right? It's not actually what makes Noahreyli good. Another example of what makes Noahreyli really good, okay? Right here. Let me explain this to you. Right now, he understands immediately. Not a lot of people would get this. Is that he's full boxed by the enemy he just killed. He has no edits to get out of this box, okay? And so since he realizes this, after the enemy gets this wall, he doesn't look around to like look for an edit and lose crosshair placement. He just looks straight at the enemy. A lot of people would get in the habit, including myself, right? Just get in the habit of just like, hey, where's my edit? I need to get out of this box. The enemy just took my wall. I need to like expand out and just get out of the box. But there's no edit. There's no edit. You just need to understand this and just go for the best trade you possibly can at this point. You have no other choice. And that's exactly what Noahreyli does. He just understands this so quickly. Like, let's watch the last fight. He just kills him right here. And as he's looting, the other guy comes up here and just like, he has to go for the play, right? Because he's full box. And the most important thing is, right here, is as he's going for the trade, while he's crossing the enemy, he tries to walk past him, right? Because if he stays in this box, that's just an inevitable 50-50, and that's not the way you want to play fights in Fortnite, right? You don't want to force 50-50s unless you have a severe HP advantage. And in this case, you can assume both players are full HP. Noahreyli just wants to trade as much damage as possible, so he doesn't get hit for free, right? And just get out of the box. He's trying to walk past this guy and get out of this box. Goes for a shot, does like 80-90 damage with his AR and gets out. Because he needs to make another box where he has edit privilege, right?
Is he playing some Zone Wars wager?
Yeah. This sequence is super nice. This is mechanical for sure. But the most important thing is this is not information processing, but this is just like how nicely he peeks, right? Just pay attention to this. Really nice peek. He blocks the top so the other guy can't jump out. Not that he can. There's no cone on the bottom, so he can't jump up layers anyways. But then goes for a jump shot, shoot, because he notices this guy's not actually on any of these edges. He can't get out yet. So I can go for a shot because I have a little bit of time before this guy leaves the box, and then go for the walls. A lot of people would just go for the walls right away. Like, you can sneak in a shot here because the guy's so center on the box, right? And then he also edits, looks, right? He looks to see what's happening, and then goes for the final shot. Okay. Watch it full speed one more time. Really clean sequence. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, shit dropped.
I think it's really well played.
Design to mine.
Really well mechanically done, right? I don't know. It's just so impressive. I love watching this guy. I mean, so does everyone else, right? That's why he's so famous. Look, pay attention to his movement here. Goes for that really fast shot. Because he realizes, hey, I'm so fast here. There's no possible way the other guy's crossairing me and like paying attention. And also, something really important to note, look how he does the edit, right? A lot of people, when he does this edit on the wall, including myself, would go for something like this on the wall. If you see my mouse, you go for something like this. But then, future would be really hard to reset. So it's a really nice peek to do because you have this surface right here to reset, okay? That's super important. That's like a little minor detail, but ends up being really nice for him. Because if the other guy's crosshair, you can actually reset and catch his shot on your wall. And then he's just trying to go for full piece control at this point because he has huge advantage. He needs to just get in and end this fight. You hit him like, I don't even know how much. Like, he hit him so hard, right?
So slick with
but
it
yeah,
right
he just
now,
like, after you get that first shot, the fight's really over if you play it right after that, right? The whole like difficulty of arena and fighting is getting that first shot for free, not taking damage back. And after you get that first shot, it's just aggressive plays after that, right? This is really nice. I want you guys to notice this right away, right? He goes for the shot, misses, goes for the full box, realizes the other guy's full box. If he takes his stare and cones it, he's gonna expect a shot coming back from the other guy. And this is why he holds this wall. He closes this, holds it, and if a shot comes from the opponent and Noahreyli gets the wall, what is Noahreyli gonna do? He's gonna edit immediately because the other guy's shotgun is not ready since he just shot, and just jump in on the other guy, right? Because then it's really advantageous. Noahreyli has his shotgun ready, the other guy does not because he just shot. He's trying to bait the other guy to go for the wall, right? He's like, oh, the wall's 20 HP, go for it. But if Noahreyli keeps the wall after the other guy breaks it, then it's wraps. It's over after that. Really nice movement here because he realizes the other guy's going for the cone. He needs to jump in like really close so that once this guy places a stare, he doesn't get separated from his opponent. He gets him really close and hugs his opponent here.
How you could get full box.
The 2 builds. So like that's another thing about like win condition during fights. If you have 2 builds, you're gonna have to just get in at that point. The longer you wait, the less likely you'll actually win the fight
like
at that stage of the game.
Increasingly went up, bro.
The low match, you need to like make a play now. You know what I mean? Really nice pre-fire, like
up, bro.
Holy. So let's try to see like what he sees.
Increasingly went
what
up,
does Noahreyli see that like tells him when to click? Let's watch it really slowly, okay? Because there is an indication.
Went up, bro.
This is how people are really good at pre-fires, and I actually like understood this a while back, and I've gotten really good at pre-fires myself just through this. He tries to block this shot because he realized the other guy's going for this shot. Watch this. You see this movement? You can tell what the other player is going for when he runs to the right, right? Right now, you know he's not going for anything. He's placing this wall. As soon as he starts moving to the right, and the pencil, right? You can see the pencil that comes out of the edit. Every time the pencil comes out, that means the other guy's clicking to make edits. And so this is when Noahreyli should shoot. The pencil is the biggest giveaway on pre-fires. But the movement, if you want a bigger like window to react to, the movement is the bigger tell. So those are 2 things you can do. Those are really nice. This is really fancy, but obviously like what's not nice is the I don't like the white edit. He gets hit really hard, right? Look how he's 1 HP. Like, he's freaking out, but like this is not something you should do in practice, in my opinion. A window full box would be really nice. And so like this is exactly my point. It's like, okay, this play is really nice. It's fancy as fuck. It's nuts. Something that would go in a montage. And this is what people are drooling over Noahreyli for. Like, hey, this is so cool, dude. Like, what? Like, how? I can never do this. No, bro. Like, this is not what's actually like impressive about him. If you truly understand what's happening, how fast he reacts to his opponents and like understand what play to do, how fast his brain is running to like understand that is like the most impressive thing. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? He's played this game so much that like he knows exactly what to do in every single little situation. That's really nice. He doesn't go for the fight here. It's really smart because the other guy's 200 HP and Noahreyli is 115 HP. So Noahreyli should take the time to like heal up right now. There's absolutely no reason to like start a fight when he has this big of an HP disadvantage. This is how you throw fights, right? Like you go for shit when you're this low. At this point, you need to be on defense. The other guy can be on offense, and you're happy with that because you can play healed. Right?
Chill out, bro.
Goes for the full box, doesn't get it. The other guy gets out. He understands that. Doesn't waste more time. Goes straight up. He's paying attention. Like the biggest thing that I want to emphasize with Noahreyli is like he keeps his eye on the ball, and what I mean by that is like the ball is the enemy. Okay. And so every time he's building, every time he's editing, every time he's aiming, he's not actually looking at his crosshair. He's not looking at anything else but the enemy. And you can get so much information just by looking at your enemy. Okay? So like that's the point. It's like you can learn so much just from like looking at your enemy and seeing what he's doing. Does he have his gun out? Does he have his blueprint out? Does he have his pencil out? Right? Like if you see those sort of things, you can take in a lot of information and process it. Right? Alright, so that's it guys. The rest of this game doesn't have much else to review. But if you've watched this far and watched 25 minutes of this video, then you're a maniac. But thank you so much for watching, and feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want more videos just like this one. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.